President FUJII. It is time to conclude this year's Tokyo Forum with some closing remarks.
Yes. Tokyo Forum is in fact hosted by the University of Tokyo and the Chey Institute for Advanced Studies. So first I'd like to introduce Mr. Park In-Kook, President of the Institute. He served as ambassador and permanent representative of the Republic of Korea to the United Nations. So let's listen to his message.
Good evening, President FUJII, distinguished speakers. Let me thank all of the panelists for their well-chosen and thought-provoking contributions over the past 2 days. I would also like to convey my deepest gratitude to President FUJII for his exceptional leadership, which led to the success of Third Tokyo Forum. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks to the scientific and technological innovation of all areas, from personalized computer in our pockets to the self-driving cars, the world today is at our fingertips. Technology cutting edge in their own right, such as AI, Internet of Things, the machine learning, the metaverse, and more, are all blooming at the same time and permeating every nook and cranny of our lives. While many people refer to the transformation we experience as a so-called fourth industrial revolution, there are some perspectives that challenge this concept. Dr. Robert Atkinson, president of ITIF, argues that the concept of fourth industrial revolution is somewhat exaggerated and that the pace and the magnitude of innovation and change are being overstated. Instead of worrying about this fourth wave of revolution, Atkinson advises us to focus on the creation of new norms and standards. Such policies will be crucial in mitigating risk coming from technological innovation and will allow us to steer changes toward the right direction. As such, I would like to conclude this forum by reminding you of a few points that we must thoroughly consider throughout this academic journey. First, how can you avoid the possible bifurcation of scientific and technological norms and standards in geopolitical landscape? Shortly after taking office, the Biden administration implied that it would strengthen US-led supply chains for advanced technologies by reviewing the supply chain resilience of 4 key industrial items that are semiconductors, EV batteries, critical minerals, and pharmaceuticals. In parallel with the actions of the United States, China is making a strong effort to identify and indigenize various key technologies through comprehensive national campaigns such as Made in China 2025. If superpowers like the US and China become engrossed in zero-sum race for technological hegemony, the world will miss a golden opportunity to develop comprehensive or universalized norms and standards for advanced technologies. And the global matrix for future innovation will be fragmented. Thus, the international community must exert coordinated efforts to avoid such a disastrous situation. And as a key players of global tech landscape, Japan and Korea should play a leading role in such endeavors. Secondly, how can we harness science and technology in responding to the climate change and environmental crisis, which have become existential threat to humankind? In last August, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, or IPCC, released its latest report. the warning that the time is running out for the global community to reverse the trend of climate change. At the same time, the panel shows us a silver lining, pointing out that human actions still have a potential to determine the future course of climate. However, the outcome of the G20 summit and the UN Climate Change Conference held in Rome and Glasgow, back-to-back, a month ago, have only magnified concerns about the crisis of our Earth. The wealthy nations that have promised to provide $100 billion a year in climate funding for developing countries have not delivered on their hollow promises, failing to step up to the plate. Such frustrating failures of global diplomatic démarche send us a blaring signals that the world will not be able to stave off the worst environmental crisis without changing chronic habits of omission by the international community. Last but not least, how can we secure social safety nets for the marginalized in the process of scientific and technological innovation? Some studies even project that robots will replace up to 20 million factory jobs by 2030. The introduction of each new industrial robot, they say, wipes out 1.6 manufacturing jobs. As was the case in the global financial crisis, we must bear in mind that even in the era of scientific and technological innovation, the vulnerable are hit the hardest. I strongly believe that the past 2 days of 2021 Tokyo Forum have been successful in raising blaring awareness for such risk. Thank you again to all of the participants and the viewers who took part in this year's Tokyo Forum. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Park and the Chey Institute for Advanced Studies. Now, President FUJII, may we ask for your final remarks, if you may?
Yeah. Well, distinguished guests, panelists, and participants around the world, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to all of you for attending the Tokyo Forum 2021. Thanks to your active participation, this year's forum, I believe, was a great success. Having heard the discussions over the last 2 days, I am convinced that the principles the University of Tokyo has set forth in our mission statement, UTokyo Campus, are on the right track. The panelists from diverse backgrounds came together to discuss, to learn, and to identify and share challenges and solutions, forming the polyphony that we intend to pursue. It is indeed crucial to seek a harmonious relationship between science and the human mind in our endeavor toward shaping the future. As president of one of the major research universities in East Asia, I am committed to contributing further to the region and the world and creating a sustainable future for humanity and the planet. To create a world of hope for future generations, we will continue to engage in dialogue and provide a place for dialogue, just as this Tokyo Forum has been. This was my first opportunity to participate in the Tokyo Forum as president. And with the great success of this year's forum, I recognized even more strongly the importance of the forum as a place where Japanese and Korean academics can organize an event together to discuss the future and to develop new ideas with leaders from across the globe in various fields. Tokyo Forum 2021 is the third in a series that will continue for at least another 7 years. So I strongly hope that the next Tokyo Forum will also be a place where positive and constructive discussions about the future of our planet and human society can take place. In closing, I am most grateful to Mr. Chey Tae-won, Chairman of SK Group, and Mr. Park In-Kook, President of Chey Institute for Advanced Studies, for their support and encouragement in organizing this event. Also, I would like to thank Ms. Yamamoto Miki for moderating this forum over the past 2 days. I look forward to a long partnership with all of you and hope to see you in person at the next year's forum.
President FUJII, thank you very much and congratulations for the
Thank you
wonderful
so much.
event. Well, at this year's Tokyo Forum, we've had the privilege of hearing 8 thought-provoking sessions on the theme of science and the human mind. These dialogues have provided us with diverse perspectives and hints about how we should shape our future. It seems we are at a crossroads. Will we utilize science to generate even more division and international contention, or will we engage science as a tool to unite humankind and protect the ecosystem we all depend on? We thank all our participants for helping us understand the challenges that lie ahead. So on behalf of all of our team at Tokyo Forum, thank you so much for joining us.
And see you next year. Thank you so much.
Thank you.